For this year's National Estuary Week, the Maryland Coastal Bays program wanted to highlight various topics relating to our estuary. This presentation will talk about water quality and how it impacts our estuary. Before we dive into water quality, we must first define what an estuary is. An estuary is defined as a partially enclosed coastal body of brackish water with one or more rivers or streams flowing into it and with a free connection to the open sea. This means an estuary is where fresh water mixes with salt water to create brackish water. In regards to water quality in the Maryland coastal bays, the greatest threats are human-caused. Runoff from agriculture and livestock fields, residential neighborhoods, and other highly developed land, increased nutrient loads, sedimentation, and other pollutants entering our waterways. Harmful pollutants from pesticides, fertilizers, and sewage discharge all eventually make their way into our coastal bays. So, how does this impact our water quality? Well, increased nutrient loads can increase chances of harmful algal blooms, also known as HABs. Depending on the algae, these blooms can cause fish kills due to oxygen depletion, block out sunlight and kill off submerged aquatic vegetation, or cause illness or death to humans and other animals. In addition to HABs, poor water quality can impact biodiversity. Estuaries are known for the vast number of species that inhabit them due to their unique characteristics. However, if water quality parameters such as dissolved oxygen or pH are poor, then the habitat becomes degraded, causing biodiversity to decline. Additionally, when sedimentation runoff is high, this blocks out sunlight, which causes submerged aquatic vegetation, or SAV beds, to die off. SAV beds are a critical habitat for many juvenile fish species in our coastal bays. Now that we know the threats and how these threats impact the water quality in our estuary, we can talk about ways to monitor water quality health and the purpose for it. For over 25 years, the Maryland Coastal Bays program has been conducting monthly water quality sampling throughout our watershed. The purpose of this monitoring is to look at long-term water quality trends and assess the health of our streams, rivers, and bays. The data collected is combined with other water quality data taken by the Maryland Department of Natural Resources and is used to help gain funding to restore and improve the health of degraded waterways. Our water quality monitoring program largely depends on our volunteers. Maryland Coastal Bays program asked our volunteers why water quality monitoring was important to them, and one volunteer, Sue, summarized the many reasons given by stating, "Water quality testing is an important way to gauge the health of our estuaries, and I enjoy doing my small part to contribute to that evaluation effort. Here on the Eastern Shore, waterways are especially important, not only for recreational and commercial interest, but for the life that depends on healthy estuaries. After all, we are the guardians, and I believe we have the responsibility to be good stewards. Beyond that, our own quality of life improves when the environments in which we live thrive. Estuaries can only thrive when the water that feeds them is of sustaining quality. That level of quality needs to be understood so that appropriate actions for improvement can be defined." Water quality is important to the health of not just our estuaries, but all the species, including humans, living in them. You can do your small part in helping keep our estuaries healthy by implementing green lawn practices that avoid the use of harmful chemicals that are in pesticides and fertilizers, switching to eco-friendly household cleaning products, cleaning up pet waste, and driving less. Thank you for listening to this presentation. I hope you enjoy the rest of National Estuaries Week.